Hi everyone. Today we're going to study Ogive. Let us define Ogive. Ogive, or cumulative frequency graph, is a graph that relates class boundaries and cumulative frequencies of a distribution. Class boundaries values are scaled along x-axis and cumulative frequencies are scaled along y-axis. Here are the steps how to construct Ogive. Number 1. Plot the cumulative frequency for each upper class boundary. Step 2. Connect all the plotted points by straight lines, starting from the lower class boundary of the first class. Let us see this example. Construct the ogive for the distribution below. Here we have two columns. The first column is for the class limits. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 classes in here. The next column is for the frequency. A frequency of 3 for the first class, 90 to 98. A frequency of 10 for the class 99 to 107. A frequency of 15 for the class 108 to 116. A frequency of 7 for the class 117 to 125. A frequency of 5 for the class 126 to 134. The next is, we will make two more columns. The first column is for the cumulative frequency and the other column for class boundaries. Let us complete the column of cumulative frequency. The numbers are here. The first number 3, we copy this from the frequency of the first class. Then 3 plus 10 equals 13. We write here 13. 13 plus 15 equals 28. 28 plus 7 equals 35. 35 plus 5 equals 40. Next, let us complete the column of class boundaries. Here are the numbers for the class boundaries. All these numbers to the left are called lower class boundaries, while these numbers on the right are called upper class boundaries. Let us consider the first class boundaries corresponding to the first class. The lower class boundary is 89.5. We can get this value from the lower limit here, which is 90, that is minus 0.5. So we get here 89.5. The upper class boundary is 98.5. We can get this value with respect to the upper class limit, which is 98. Obviously, we added 0.5. So we get this 98.5. That idea is true in all the class boundaries respectively. Take note also for this upper class boundary 98.5 for the first class. This is equal to the lower class boundary of the next class. That is true in all the other classes. For step 1, let us now plot the points. Take note that the upper class boundary is used as the x-coordinate, while the cumulative frequency is for the y-coordinate. It means to say, when we write our x and y axis, the x-axis represents the upper class boundaries, while the y-axis represents the cumulative frequency. So we can see here in the x-axis, the values are written as 98.5, 107.5, 116.5, 125.5, and 134.5. Let us now start plotting the points. Let's begin with the first point, that is 98.5 and 3. This is now the first point. The second point is 107.5 and 13. This is the point. The third point is 116.5, 28. This is the point. Next is 125.5 and 35. Here is that point. The last point is 134.5, 40. Here is the point. Step 2, let us connect the points with straight lines. Here we go. The points are now connected with straight lines. For step 3, let us connect the first point to x-axis, adding the lower boundary of the first class. The first class is here. The lower boundary is 89.5. So we added the 89.5 here, and then assuming that this 89.5 has 0 cumulative frequency, and that is the point. Connecting this point with the first point of the graph here, so here we go. This is now the ogive for the given distribution. This is our final answer. I hope you learned something from this video. See you again next time.